New technologies have been driving the woodworking industry for the past several decades. Some of these technologies are rapidly changing the way we manufacture furniture, cabinets, millwork, and fixtures. We caught up with Steve Waltman of Stiles Machinery recently at AWFS in Las Vegas to talk about the impact of technology on the woodworking industry. Here's what Steve had to say.
Steve Waltman, Vice President of Marketing, Stiles Machinery. I've been with Stiles for 35 years, and I hope to bring that perspective to this conversation. Well, Stiles Machinery has the unique opportunity to bring technology to this industry through the use of their 5 showrooms. We have quite an investment in these showrooms. They're in Michigan, they're in North Carolina, they're in Texas, they're in California. We maintain these showrooms as a kind of a working laboratory for people, for them to come in and experience the technology, to sort of challenge the innovation before they actually have to make an investment. And that opportunity for the average manufacturer, I think, is unique in the industry, and also, I think, an extra advantage for them, knowing that there are many choices, many kinds of investment for them to make in their company, not just machinery. And this, I think, helps them prioritize on just which investment, and if it's machinery, what type of machinery is the best way to go for them.
And in these showrooms, they can see the technology in action, you're saying?
They can see the technology in action. We can run their parts. We can run the parts that they're imagining might be in their future. We can experiment with materials, tooling, feed speeds, cutting technologies. We often invite stakeholder companies, whether that's a finishing company or a tooling company, to come in and work with us together as we experiment for the best solution. And that's unique. I mean, we are here at AWFS, which is a wonderful display of equipment, but somewhat not real world. I mean, we are down there on the show floor ready to explain the equipment, but on the other hand, we can't give you the in-depth attention that a customer deserves that they can get in these showrooms, because they essentially have that showroom for themselves all day. All the experts are there. They can bring as many people to this experience as they want to, and we will provide the subject matter experts on site in a quiet, controlled environment. We think it's the best way to bring innovation to the marketplace. I think there's probably 2 major areas of adoption. The industry is embracing zero-edge technology at a very rapid rate. When our clients look at the advantages of zero-edge, when it comes to not only the aesthetics, which is the most obvious, but the bond and the fact that the equipment then becomes very trouble-free. We're not dealing with a glue pot, we're not dealing with bad glue, old glue, dirty glue, etc. We have the ability to virtually eliminate any sign of the glue line. We think it'll be adopted very rapidly and already is off to a great start. Secondly, the adaptation of vertical boring solutions. Ours is the BHX from Wiki in various configurations. Is very applicable in a lot of our clients' factories. It's a very small footprint. It's extremely flexible. They get to accomplish all the things they're looking for in a large pod and rail machine, except that their operation is very concentrated in a small footprint, extremely safe and extremely fast with no setup. Well, Tim, I've been at Stiles Machinery for 35 years, and so I've seen the evolution of the industry. And the challenges that our manufacturers face 2015 and beyond, I think, are significant. So I would say probably the best solution for them would be in the area of storage and retrieval, material handling, if you will. Beyond the obvious advantages of not having to pick up a 100-pound panel 100 times a day, the machinery is unique in its ability to save considerable amount of floor space. That in itself, in some areas, is not a concern, other than the fact that we all know that extra steps and extra space generally means extra costs. By concentrating all of the panel stock or other materials in one area, just increases the efficiency of that challenge immensely. The other big advantage is inventory control. The better solutions not only pick up the panel and put it away, which is the obvious, they are actually at the same time creating an inventory control system. And the ability to know what you have, where, when, is an immeasurable benefit to the manufacturer. We all know that they try to control offcuts in inventory, but it's very difficult. In the heat of battle, when someone needs that part because it was broken or lost, we know that panels are cut up and put into production without the necessary paperwork. In this case, they cannot pull the panel without entering the request, and then that reduction of inventory is automatic and in real time. And if they decide to put back a half a panel, today we see where that half a panel ends up in a very good spot, except nobody can ever find it again. In this case, they have no choice. The panel gets re-entered into inventory, and we know where that purple panel is. And it's the only job we're ever going to do with purple panels, and we need to know where that purple panel is. These storage and retrieval systems, we think, will revolutionize manufacturing from the control of their most expensive raw material.
And there's been a significant price reduction because of the technology advancements in those types of systems over the years, hasn't there?
That's a very good point. Our manufacturers have been able to create a scalable solution. It's not a cookie cutter world out there in manufacturing. Plants are of different sizes and different requirements. Uniquely, we put one in a mezzanine. It was in a high density environment near New York City. The gentleman could not have gotten more floor space if he needed it, even if he wanted it. And so we ended up putting his storage and retrieval system in a mezzanine, which was a big advantage to him. Other plants, which are larger and not struggling with floor space requirements, still have a major advantage. Clearly, there's better uses for this floor space than non-value added material sitting on the floor. So.